Long ago, cats lived in the wild, roaming freely as hunters. They were sleek and untouchable, moving through forests and deserts with the grace of shadows. Their sharp claws and sharp wits were their greatest weapons, keeping them alive in a world where only the strong survived. They feared nothing, for they were swift, clever, and fierce. But then the great famine came, a curse upon the land that starved both prey and predator alike. Rivers dried to trickles, trees stood barren, and the once teeming forests grew eerily silent. Even the most cunning hunters could no longer find food, and desperation gripped the wild. The larger predators, the wolves, the lions, and even the dogs, turned on smaller animals in their hunger. Creatures that had once been ignored were now hunted relentlessly. And so, for the first time in their history, the cats became prey. At first, the cats tried to stay ahead of the danger. Their nimble paws and quick reflexes allowed them to outmaneuver their pursuers. They darted through the underbrush, leapt into trees, and slipped into burrows too small for their predators to follow. But the wolves were cunning, hunting in packs and working together to corner them. The lions were relentless, stalking the cats for hours until they could pounce. Even the dogs, once distant and disinterested, became vicious rivals, their feral howls echoing through the night. Day by day, the wild became more perilous. The cats could no longer rest in the open or linger in familiar places. They became wanderers, always on the move, always looking over their shoulders. One fateful evening, a group of cats ventured to a river bank in search of water. Thirst had driven them to risk it. When they arrived, the river was little more than a muddy stream. The cats crouched to drink, their ears swiveling nervously, their tails twitching at the faintest sound. Suddenly, a pack of wolves emerged from the shadows, their eyes glowing like embers. The cats scattered in panic, yowling as they fled into the night. Some darted up trees, only to find lions waiting above. Others sprinted for the underbrush, where sharp teeth snapped at their heels. By dawn, those who had survived the ambush regrouped in a narrow ravine. Their fur was matted with mud, their bodies trembling with exhaustion. Whisper, their leader, stood at the edge of the group, her black fur blending with the shadows. Her piercing green eyes scanned the horizon, searching for any sign of their pursuers. "We can't stay out here," hissed Ash, a gray tom with fresh scratches along his flank. "They'll find us again. There's no safe place left." Whisper sat atop a flat rock, her tail curling elegantly around her paws. The sound of distant howls echoed through the night. "They're coming for us," hissed Ash, a gray tom with scars crisscrossing his lean frame. "The wolves nearly caught me at the stream today. We can't keep running forever." "The lions are worse," murmured Ember, a tawny-furred cat with sunken cheeks. "They've taken 2 of our hunters this week. If we stay here, we'll all be picked off one by one." Whisper flicked her tail, signaling for silence. "Follow me," she said simply, her voice calm despite the fear that hung in the air. She led the cats deep into the forest. At last, Whisper brought them to a hidden cave, its entrance concealed by overgrown vines and moss-covered rocks. "This will be our sanctuary," she said, stepping aside to let the others enter. "For now we rest. But we cannot stay here forever. I already have a plan. We cannot outfight the lions nor outrun the wolves," she said, her voice steady. "And we cannot hunt enough to feed ourselves. The wild no longer belongs to us." Her words sent a ripple of unease through the gathered cats. "What are you saying, Whisper?" Ash demanded. "That we give up? That we die hiding in this cave?" "No," Whisper replied, her voice sharp as claws. "I'm saying we find a new way. A way to survive. Not in the wild, but among the humans." The cave fell into uneasy silence, save for the distant howl of a wolf carried on the wind. Whisper remained poised on the rock, her green eyes glowing like embers in the dark. She let the tension linger, ensuring every cat hung on her words before continuing. "If we do nothing, "The wild will devour us," Whisper said, her voice low but commanding. "The wolves are relentless, the lions are merciless, and even the dogs, our so-called cousins, have turned against us. The humans are our last chance." Ash snorted, pacing at the edge of the gathering. "Humans are monsters," he growled. "They build traps to snap our necks, poison to rot our insides. You'll just see us as another problem to get rid of." "They might," Whisper admitted, her tail flicking. "But think about this. Humans are not like lions or wolves. They're not driven by hunger or instinct alone. They think, they reason, they bargain. If we show them we are useful, they may see us as allies, not enemies." Ember, her amber eyes sharp with suspicion, tilted her head. "And what if they don't? What if Ash is right and they kill us on sight?" Whisper turned her piercing gaze on Ember, her voice unwavering. "Then we die trying something new instead of waiting to be hunted." The words hung heavy in the air, sinking into the hearts of the gathered cats. Whisper's plan was dangerous, even reckless, but for many, the desperation of their situation made it impossible to dismiss. One of the younger cats, a small white she-cat named Snow, stepped forward timidly. "But how will we do it?" she asked. "How will we make them see us as allies?" Whisper softened her tone, sensing the fear in Snow's voice. "We will not approach them openly, not at first. We will stay in the shadows, hunt their vermin, and leave the proof for them to find. When they see what we've done, they will start to wonder. Curiosity will draw them closer." "And if their curiosity leads to traps?" Ash asked bitterly. "We will be cautious," Whisper replied. "We are not clumsy creatures. We are shadows, whispers on the wind. We will watch the humans as carefully as they watch us. If they lay traps, we'll avoid them. If they grow hostile, we'll retreat. But if they leave us food, we'll know they've understood our worth." Ember narrowed her eyes. "And if they offer food to lure us into cages, what then?" "Then we remind them why they need us," Whisper said firmly. "We show them how quickly the vermin return when we are gone. They'll learn to respect the balance we bring." Ember stepped closer to the rock, her voice softer now. "You're asking us to leave the only life we've ever known. The wild may be dangerous, but it's our home. If we go to the humans, are we giving that up forever?" Whisper's expression softened, and for the first time her voice held a note of sadness. "The wild will always be in our hearts," she said. "But the world has changed. The wild no longer welcomes us. If we are to survive, we must adapt." She paused, her gaze sweeping over the gathered cats. "This is not a path I take lightly. If any of you wish to stay, I will not stop you. But know this, the wild does not show mercy. If you choose to remain, you must accept the risks." For a long moment no one spoke. The weight of the decision pressed down on them like a heavy fog. Finally Thorn stepped forward. "I'll go," he said. "If this is our best chance, I'll take it." Snow followed hesitantly. "Me too. I'm tired of being hunted." One by one the cats voiced their agreement, until even Ember and Ash relented. The last to speak was Ash, his voice begrudging but firm. "Fine," he said. "But if this goes wrong, Whisper, it's on your head." Whisper dipped her head, acknowledging the risk. "Then I'll make sure it doesn't." If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more intriguing tales and stories. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next story.